Welcome again to another Marvel Monday here on the Plot Twist 215. Let's go. For those who may remember, last year I did a Marvel Monday for Good Friday that focused on the impact of a hero's death. This is something that we see in both DC and in Marvel, but for that particular video, of course, I used a Marvel character to illustrate that point. In that video, I mentioned that it was part of a two-part series, the second video of which I ended up not doing, but today is that day. This is a very special Marvel Monday because I want to focus on the impact that happens when heroes return, not only when they die. At the end of Avengers Infinity War, Thanos succeeded in collecting all 6 of the Infinity Stones and carried out his plan to wipe out half of all life in the universe. This of course included a number of the Avengers themselves and some of their allies as well. Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Peter Quill, Scarlet Witch, and who could forget Spider-Man, were all dusted soon after Thanos snapped his fingers. Like me, you probably remember seeing that scene for the first time and how everybody was shocked. The theater that I was in was completely silent at the end of the movie. The person I was sitting next to started gasping. It was crazy. This was the first time that we had seen the Avengers lose flat out like that. The bad guy won, he was able to get away. Those who were left behind were left completely broken after seeing the people that they loved vanish right in front of them. However, from an audience point of view, even though there was shock, confusion, and even sadness, there was also anticipation of their return. And that's exactly what ends up happening in Avengers Endgame. The Avengers that survived were able to work out a plan to collect the same 6 stones and use them to bring back everyone that Thanos got rid of. When that scene hit the screen, everybody went crazy. I mean, not me though, because I was calm, cool, and collected. What? All the built-up tension in between movies was finally released when those heroes came back, full of the power they had before they left. Then they used that power to defeat their enemy Thanos and then save the world. Obviously, Iron Man was MVP of that whole situation. Since we knew Infinity War wasn't the complete story, it was only half of it, there was hope that we see the heroes again. And that's what I want to bring your attention to today. Good Friday is a day that gives special recognition to the sacrifice and death of Jesus Christ on behalf of us because of our rebellion and disobedience to God. Though he himself was innocent and sinless, he was handed over to the Romans to be beaten, mocked, spit on, crucified, and to die a criminal's death. Crucifixion was one of the worst ways a person could be executed at the time. It was a whole process that ended in the person being nailed to a cross to suffer and ultimately to die. Add to that before Jesus was sentenced, he was betrayed by one of his disciples, denied by another one, and abandoned by the rest. And the crazy thing is that Jesus knew the whole time this was going to happen, and even told his disciples at different times. After he was killed and buried, it looked like evil and death had won, just like in Infinity War. But Jesus didn't just tell his disciples about his death. He also told them that he would rise again 3 days after he died. And that's exactly what happens. An angel told the 2 women who came to where Jesus was buried, "Don't be afraid. I know you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He isn't here. He is risen from the dead, just like he said would happen. Come see where his body was lying." His death was only part of the first half of the story, but it wasn't the complete story. This wasn't a hoax or some type of hallucination. Like the Avengers, Jesus came back and still had power. He overcame death and defeated it on our behalf. Now he offers new life to all who trust him to save them. Because he rose, he can offer hope that goes past this life. And who doesn't want that? If you're watching this and you know that God has been tugging on you, but you've been resisting him, let this be the day that you stop. He loves you. And Jesus being executed in your place and then his resurrection was proof of it. If you'd like to talk more about what I shared in this video, or you would like to talk about how to begin a relationship with the Lord, please feel free to hit me up, shoot me a DM, I'd love to connect with you. With that being said, this is Mike Miles with another Marvel Monday here on the Plot Twist 215. If you found value in this video, please feel free to give it a like, a share, to subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And hit the little notification bell to get notifications about the next time I post. With that being said, guys, have a great day. Love y'all. Peace.